Welcome students to our online classes. Myself Ashwini Honkarse is going to teach you Standard 6th lesson number 2 components of food. In this lesson we are going to study what do different food items contain, what do various nutrients do for our body, balanced diet and deficiency diseases. So students, in first lesson we studied about dishes, ingredients, a food which we are eating, how it will comes from. It will comes from animals as well as plants. So now whatever food we are eating with the animals as well as the plants, that we are calling it as a components. What we will call it as component, and that food component give us nutrients. What they give us? Nutrients. Then what are nutrients? The carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, fats and dietary fibers, they all are called as a nutrients. So now again, these nutrients are called as a food components. These food components comes from plant and animals. These are called as an ingredient which contain dishes. Okay, so now the next, water is also very important for our body. This is also a main source of our life, that water is also very important for our body. Now next we are going to study one by one about each component of our food, each nutrient of our food. So in that first one is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is high source of energy, means it is require more amount in our energy. So carbohydrates are of two types. Carbohydrates are of two types. One is of sugar, another one is starch. When we eat the food, the sugar will digest and it will convert in the form of starch. So, what are the sugar food items? Honey, fruits, table sugar. These all are called as a sugar. See, these all are called as a sugar. What it will happen? Directly they mix with our blood and give us energy. Directly they will mix with the blood and give us energy. Now starch, where the starch is present? Corn, potato, wheat, rice. So what will happen? When our food will be digest, it will break down into simpler form. The starch will be break down into simpler form. And now we are going to test for our starch, whether that particular food item is contain the starch or what, that we are going to check. So for that we need some materials. What we need? Then we need tincture iodine and water. We need tincture iodine and water. So what we will do, we will take 2 to 3 drops of tincture iodine solution. We will add in 10 ml of water. That water we will take in test tube, and with the help of dropper we will drop it on our food item. We will drop it on our food item. If the food item will turns blue black, then we have to confirm that this food item contain starch, means it is carbohydrate rich food. So you may check it on your roti, your potato and other materials. Now the next nutrient is protein. Next one is what? Protein. So these are often called as a bodybuilding food. Help us in muscles formation and make them strong. It needs for growth and repair of our body. So many times when pregnant ladies as well as the person who are weak from their body, they get suggestions from the doctor that you have to eat protein rich foods. Yes, why? Because protein is a body building food. Protein is called as a body building food. So protein we will get from plant as well as animals. Protein we will get it from plant as well as animals. So plant that gram, moong, tur dal, beans, soya bean, peas, so almost all seeds of the plant, they will give us protein. And animal, that meat, fish, milk, egg, paneer, that all items providing us protein. So whether the particular food item is contain protein or not, that also test we have to do. For that we need 2 gram of copper sulfate and 100 ml of water. So what we will do here, we will add that 2 gram of copper sulfate in 100 ml of water, and we will prepare the copper sulfate solution. And that copper sulfate solution we will add with the caustic soda, and we will drop it on, we will drop it on food item, our food item. And if the food item turns violet color, then we have to recognize that food item contain protein. What it contain? It contain protein. Now next one is fat. So fat, fat contains oil. What it contains? Oil. So it helps in lubrication. So our muscles, at the joint of our muscles we have lubricants. So even for our health, for our body, we need oil. We are not supposed to neglect the food, oily food, because in somehow they are important for our body. So they are called as a energy giving food. Fats are called as a energy giving food. So in fat also we have two types. One is saturated fat, another one is unsaturated fat. Saturated fat is those which are available at our room temperature. Room temperature means normal temperature of our surrounding. Normal temperature of our surrounding. Unsaturated food which is not normal at the normal temperature. They are not normal at the normal temperature. So saturated fat, which is ghee, butter, and unsaturated, that is oily, oil, nuts, vegetables, these all are unsaturated fat. Now how to test whether that food item contain fat or not? So do one thing, take a plain paper, take your food item and crush that food item in your paper. If you will get oily patches, then you have to confirm that your food item contain fat, right? It contain fat. Now the next one is vitamin. Next one is what? Vitamin. So why vitamin is necessary for us? It helps us to protect from diseases. Our body may attack from many diseases, but if you are contain all the vitamins in your body will fight with against the diseases. There are many varieties like vitamins A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, and vitamin B complex. They keeps our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. So where the vitamins are important, why they are important? They keeps our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. So vitamin A is necessary for skin and eyes. Vitamin C fight against diseases. Vitamin D use calcium. It is used for calcium for bones and teeth. Now let's study about minerals. So they need for our body in very small amount. Minerals need for our body for very small amount. They need for proper growth and development of our body. So minerals are very important for our proper growth and body development. So where the minerals are present? Some sources are iodine of ginger, then phosphorus of milk banana, iron which contain in spinach and apple, calcium which is present in egg and milk. So even the minerals are of two types, that are micro minerals and trace minerals. Okay. Next, we are going to study about dietary fibers. So, these are also known as a raw gauge and mainly provided by the plant products. Raw gauge are mainly provided by the plant products. They do not provide us any nutrient to our body. Dietary fibers do not provide anything to our body. Then also they are important. Why? Because they help us to get rid from undigested food. For our easy motion, get rid for undigested food means for our body easy motion they are very important. So where the dietary fibers are present, whole grains and pulses, potato, fresh fruits and vegetables contain dietary fibers. Now, let us move towards the water. So, you can tell us that water is very important thing. Water is very important thing. It helps us to absorb nutrients from our body. It helps us in throwing some water out from body like sweat and urine. So, how the water will help us to to remove sweat and urine from our body. Now, let us move towards the balanced diet. So, students, as we studied that nutrients are very important for our body. So, it is very important to take all the food every day. To take all the food every day. So, it is not possible to take everything in every day. But then also a balanced diet is very important. Only eating is not enough. Eating at particular time in particular amount is also very important. See, not too much of one and not too little of the other. The diet should also contain a good amount of raw gauge and water. Such a diet is called as a balanced diet. So, you are not supposed to eat only food, you have to drink enough water and also you have to consume raw gauge. Next, eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not to be lost. So, only eating is not enough. It should be cooked properly. It should be cooked properly. If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result the loss of some vitamins. So it is very important to wash the vegetables and fruits before we have to cut it. If we will cut it after if we will wash it after cutting, then definitely some water dissolvable vitamins will be lost. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. So, when we use lemon or orange, so that time we are not supposed to heat it because it may lost vitamin C. It can be very harmful to us to eat too much food of fat rich and we may suffering from condition of obesity. You may have experienced that sometimes your loving food will be there in your home and you ate it too much, then you may get stomach pain, right? So even eating too much of food is also dangerous to our health. So now we are going to study about deficiency diseases. So it is very important, as we know that all nutrients are important for our body. If by mistake or by any reason, if there will be a deficiency of any nutrient in our body, we may get many diseases. So a person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. Suppose if we will only eat only rice, then we will not get other vitamins, other minerals, right? If you eat only chapatis, you are not supposed to eat that rice, then we will not get the things which are present in rice. so that may cause deficiency. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period of time called as a deficiency diseases. So suppose if you are not drinking milk every day, you may get the deficiency of calcium. So this is called as a deficiency diseases. Proteins is likely to have stunned growth, swelling of face, discoloration of hairs, skin diseases and diarrhea. So because of lack of protein you will get that much of diseases. So it is very important to consume all nutrients. Carbohydrates and proteins for a long period of time, the growth may stop completely. Such a person become very lean and thin and so weak that may not even be able to move. So, even to eat protein and carbohydrates are important to our body. All deficiency diseases can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. So, students, it is very important to eat all the things. We are not supposed to choosy while taking the food. So, this is the chart because of which deficiency we will get what diseases it's mentioned over here. For example, vitamin A, if loss of vitamin A will be there, there will be a loss of vision, and symptoms are we may get poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, sometimes complete loss of vision, sometimes we get nice night blindness, sometimes we get fully blindness. If suppose calcium deficiency of calcium is will be there, then there will be a bone and tooth decay we will get. And what are the symptoms? Weak bones, tooth decay, these are the symptoms of deficiency of calcium. We find ensure that our meals have a balance of the different nutrients needed by our body. So again and again we have to be repeat that we have to eat all the things, vegetables, fruits, food, nuts, and even dietary food, and we have to drink enough water. Thank you.